Global Water Partnership came into the discussions here in the climate change negotiations in 2009. We were accredited to the UNFCCC. And we initially have really started off focusing on the adaptation track, trying to make the arguments that, in fact, as far as, mitigation strategies are largely driven through energy policy. Adaptation strategies have to be largely driven through water policy and better water management. So that's been our fundamental message. But what I'm beginning to realize, firstly, is that a lot of the money is certainly on the mitigation side. And we're just going to have to work a lot harder to get across our message that water is cross-cutting. And to do that, we need to focus on the co-benefits, to look at the link with mitigation. Hydropower is going to be a big part of the solution also in Pakistan, not only in terms of flood protection for future extreme climate events, which it does look as though Pakistan is going to continue to suffer, but also in terms of the economic benefit from ensuring that the hydropower potential is tapped. And so I think demonstrating those co-benefits, that's going to be a major argument. And hopefully as the evidence mounts that it's really a major part of any country's economy to manage these sorts of extreme events. I understand from what Pervez was saying, the $10 billion in damages that Pakistan suffered represented approximately 5% of the country's GDP. That's enormous by any standards. So within the Green Climate Fund, to actually focus on the water issues, to focus on the co-benefits that can be produced by those water issues, is going to have to come to the fore in financial terms as much as anything else. I've been very, very encouraged to look at the work that's happening within the CDKN framework for the Water, Climate and Development Program in Africa. It's developing fundable projects based upon national priorities across Africa, starting in 8 African countries. The work has already started this year. And GWP is going to be playing a role together with AMCAO in ensuring that in those 8 countries and in the transboundary basins which Alex identified, that these investment priorities are really going to be looked at. And again, hydropower is clearly going to be playing a major role there, given that only 7% of Africa's hydropower potential has been tapped. The linkage with the multi-purpose storage together with hydropower, again, a very powerful argument for prioritizing these kinds of investments.